Ladies and gentlemen, Kim here. Welcome to the daily update. Hope you guys had a good day trading today. Market is down about 3% on the S&P. Bloody red day today. Nasdaq is close to 4%. Semiconductor 4.3. We got the Dow down about 2.3. Russell 2003. Same with the transport, banks, biotech, healthcare, home builders, utilities held a little better. We got retail, emerging market down. Only green looks like the energy sector there looks like 3 to 4% down. That's a real down day. This is gonna really put pressure on the bulls. Buyers gonna really be depressed in the last with the today's price action. Bears gonna be really rowdy after this kind of day. Looks like Bitcoin is down heavily as well. Gold, silver, miners held a little better, but miners didn't do well today. Dollar up, oil up, treasury bond up. VIX popped 25% positive today. Let's do the S&P 500 ETF. Spider 65-minute chart here. So this is where we closed yesterday, and this is where we opened up today. So what happened was we actually gapped down this morning, and the micro-term moving average, well, that's the level that bulls wanted to reclaim to the upside. Well, they were not able to do that. Pretty much that micro-term pushed it down right at open, and we gapped down, and we've been tanking ever since. It's like you can see though throughout the day, bears been aware of that gap area. So about 4 hours or so, you can see we're hanging out, just kind of testing that gap area, and we blew right through it, and we actually finally filled that up gap that was opened up back in mid-March here. And I talked about the fact that if bulls want to survive this, they must protect this up gap. Well, they weren't able to do it. Bears put pressure today, and now there's no longer up gaps that bulls can work with. Things are looking very difficult right now. The boss bears, who's been residing in this vicinity, the boss bears definitely won this battle. Brought it all the way back down to where it all started. Because remember, in late February, bears did bring it down quite a bit. They were back at 415, 411 area. So currently we're sitting right on this support here, 415.50. Best case scenario for the bears is to gap it down. Probably gapping it down below 411 will be the best case scenario, because we got that low there, which could act as short-term support. So right now, overall perspective, let's look at the overall perspective. We are still in this potentially, as of today, looking at things in the overall perspective, we're still in this box. So what bears need to do, if bears want to turn this into a downtrend, they need to break fully below it and then continue to cultivate lower high and lower low to continue with that downside pressure and to establish a real and legit downtrend, right? Keep in mind, overall, we're still in a bull market, looking at things in the last 2 years or so. So this is the vicinity where bears can turn that into where they can benefit for themselves, right? Bears got a lot of momentum right here, right? We're talking small, short to midterm bearishness, right? And we're below all the moving averages, and probably looks like the midterm moving average currently is moving sideways now. You want to see this thing curling back down. So we got all these down gaps were not filled. That big down gap we talked about that bulls must fill. Bulls were not able to do that. And a whole lot of problems occurred when bulls were not able to defeat the boss bears, which we've been talking about all throughout March and April. And then ever since then, very difficult times here in the last pretty much this entire year for the buyers. So I have to say though, the overall trend is trendless until we see that cultivation of lower low and lower high share. So is there any hope for the buyers? there's still hope as long as you do not let the bears start cultivating more lower highs and lower lows here. And you need to make sure to protect 411. Give some wiggle room, 411, 410. Even if we bounce from here, things are not going to be easy. Things, even if we see, because we are getting to the oversold level, bears been bringing it down for at least in this entire month. So even if we see a oversold bounce of some kind, maybe something like this, bears are going to still have advantage, and the benefit of the Dow still is going to go to the sellers. Let's check out that oscillator, see if we can extract any more information. So that oscillator, so this might be the only chance that buyers might have. So the oscillator is curled down currently. As you can see right here, this is probably the only chance a buyer is going to have to utilize this oscillator to make something of it. What I'm saying is this. So we can see how that oscillator did curl down right there. However, you can see the price did make a lower low, but oscillator is still kind of a little bit elevated. Well, we saw something similar right about here. You see that? So you can see how it looked like it was curling down right here. And that's right there. Again, that doesn't mean this market, this is a signal that is going to completely reverse everything for the buyers. But at least you might expect some sort of oversold bounce with this. This is the only hope for the buyers in this 415, 411 area. So what I'm saying is potential bullish divergence here. Lower lows in the price and then potentially higher lows. So what buyers need to do, bring this oscillator back and forth, kind of grind it up while price might drip lower, and then bring it up. But even then, we got this gap area, and bears got all the forces, bears got all the weapons, bears got all the momentum. So buyers need to bring something, some sort of miracle, some kind of move that is gonna hinder from bears' objective here. Bears are fierce right now. They've been, they've been stressing out for the last year and 2 years since the COVID lows. I wonder if bears want their revenge in this vicinity. I'm gonna come back for you. We'll reassess the situation. Enjoy your evening and go train tomorrow.